Well, after a double week of The Bachelor, we're now at the midpoint of the season, and that means there's an extended preview to check out. One that gets us closer to hometowns and understanding what could possibly happen that Joey says has never been seen before. Plus, we have official confirmation of another lady in the final 3, who right near the end slips Joey a note saying, "We need to talk." So let's waste no time and check this preview out, and as per usual, please, no posting any outright spoilers unless you can back it up with sleuthing, and a link to the full preview is in the description.
Joey's journey continues.
I really hope Joey wants to spend his first day in Canada with his Canadian. Bonjour, Montreal!
So next week the gang moves on to Montreal, Canada, and it looks like we're now in the final 2 episodes before hometowns. Here we can see the 10 remaining women, so I expect approximately 3 to go each episode. And Montreal will be huge for who's going to be getting a one-on-one. As the episode after that, the one right before hometowns, typically at that point, getting a one-on-one is fair game for anyone, including someone who's already had one, so if you're not getting a one-on-one by that point, you pretty much have no chance at a hometown. But let's continue.
I can confidently say I found the person that I've been looking for.
This is the perfect place for me to fall in love.
Okay, so here we're seeing an example of what I just talked about, as now we're in the episode after Montreal in Alberta. And I mean, all this footage is just giving Alberta. Plus, we already know who will be getting the one-on-ones in Montreal, which we'll talk about in a bit. Now here, Daisy will be getting her second one-on-one of the season. And apart from her being one of the frontrunners, we also have a lot more footage of her yet to come, so she'll be a lock for hometowns. Moving on.
I have strong feelings for you, and I'm definitely falling in love with you.
He's a man that I've been looking for.
Every time I spend with you, it gets clearer and clearer to me that it's like supposed to be you and I.
Alright, so here we have an assortment of romance shots where, in this moment, we see a one-on-one next week with Kelsey T. Looks like there's a whole Montreal Cirque du Soleil vibe happening on their date, both with the display going on in front of them right here, but also in this shot from a previous preview where they're doing some sort of gymnastics acrobatics thing. Other than that, we have what could be hometown footage of Rachel. Now, we already know that Rachel makes it through both the next couple of weeks and hometowns, as she's been spotted in previous previews in Mexico, the final filming location. But here we see her in a nurse shot, and with Rachel being a nurse, possibly this could be her showing Joey a slice of her life during hometowns. But we also have this shot, one I previously attributed to perhaps being in Mexico. However, now that I think of it, it could also be in Hawaii for a hometown. But let's keep going.
I'm not waiting any longer. I want to let you know that I am falling in love with you. The fact that these women feel the way they do and they are finally starting to express it, I am on cloud 9, and I'm not coming down.
Oh, you know there's drama coming up when they end a section of the preview on that note. But for now, we've got to look at the other one-on-one for next week with Maria. We've seen before that she'll be having a date in this dress at the Rialto Theater. But there's also a date with her at Niagara Falls, and one thing to note is, it's a long trip from Montreal to Niagara. It makes me wonder, is there a possibility that this shot is actually from a hometown? As Maria's hometown of Kleinburg, Ontario is a slightly more reasonable trip to Niagara than from Montreal. Other than that, we also have what could easily be a fake out with Joey and Lexi, where Joey tells her he's falling in love with her. I for one doubt this edit because 1, Joey is so zoomed in and they've used this fake out before in past previews with Jen, but 2, we also have reason to believe Lexi could possibly self-eliminate based on this previous footage.
It's scary that you might receive and open up to someone like this, and I might not be their person at the end of it.
But alright, let's now continue on into that drama.
Just wanted to steal you for a little good luck kiss.
Oh, did you know?
Mm-hmm.
What the hell?
It's really hard for me to see your connection with everyone else.
Ah yes, jealousy runs deep as those on the outer circle clamor for some semblance of hope. Caitlin here will most certainly be gone at some point as she continues to go week to week without a one-on-one. And as for this Rachel thing, no clue as to what's going on because Rachel hardly seems like someone to enter the drama. Could be a one-off moment. Now, one woman who is in the drama is Jess. And as we're about to see, she's making a last hurrah too.
I feel forgotten. Like, did I do something?
No.
If he's falling in love with me, he's 100% falling in love with them too.
I just feel like I'm losing him. What do I have to be enough?
Okay, so a lot of little snippets of note in this section of the preview. Here we get a better look at Kelsey's one-on-one where they're making things look scary, but again, it could easily be a fake out. Leia is in tears, and she too will be going home at some point without getting a one-on-one. Maybe the producers are sending a message. You shouldn't have thrown that card in the fire. Here we see Lexi, and this is confirmation that it is indeed her in this possible self-elimination footage. And lastly, we have Jess asking Joey if there's something she's done that's caused him to basically ignore her since episode 1. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends in her going home, or is the precursor to her eventual elimination that episode. Moving on.
I feel insecure and I hate this. I'm just scared to think this could just all end.
I like you so much that I don't like seeing you with any of these girls. I don't know if I can do this anymore.
Well, we can add Maria to the possible list of self-eliminations, but I personally doubt it. Joey looks to be sending Leia and Jess packing soon, and with how much Maria's been validated of late by getting roses, plus the possibility of Maria getting a hometown, I don't think we'll be seeing her self-eliminate. Unless this is a hometown and she self-eliminates there. But this is all speculation, and she also says, I like you so much, I don't like seeing you with these other girls. I don't know if I can do this anymore, so perhaps she's just seeking validation. Now, the other two women in this section are Kelsey A, who's on another one-on-one, so unless she's getting one again in Alberta, expect her to be on a hometown, or, if this footage is any indication, even further. And then here is Rachel, where this could easily be in Mexico at the final 3, or even final 2. But we're now about to get into Joey's biggest fear and more of that finale footage, so let's take a look.
Do you know how scary it would be to get to that point of getting down on one knee and her being across from me and wondering if she was actually going to say yes or no?
Now here we're getting to Mexico, but before that, we have this section with Joey fearing getting down on one knee and that person across from him saying no. And this definitely is with Maria, as one, we can see Joey's outfit here matches the one from this shot, where an arm can be seen that matches Maria, but also if we jump back to the first look preview, we can see a clearer shot of who he's with. So maybe there is a possibility of Maria self-eliminating, or at least expressing serious enough doubts that the relationship eventually comes to an end. We'll see, but the question is, at what point does this go down? Anyway, let's now move into that Mexico footage.
It's been a while since I've let someone fully in because I'm afraid of them leaving me. The last time I've been in this position, it didn't work out. And when it got taken away, I don't want to feel like that again.
So once again, we have more discussion of things being taken away and Joey being rejected. But hey, at least we do know that he's ready to propose, so he gets to that point. And up ahead, we might be seeing the reason that gets Joey's fears starting to spike.
I still have a lot of questions that I need answered.
I'm just worried that we are just at completely different places in our lives.
This is just too much. I'm done.
This is like my worst nightmare possibly coming true.
Alright, so here we have someone writing a note to Joey with the dreaded phrase, "We need to talk." And in this segment, they dub it with 3 different voices. The first is certainly Daisy.
I still have a lot of questions that I need answered.
The second, in my opinion, is the hardest to identify, but through process of elimination, I'm leaning towards Lexi.
I'm just worried that we are just at completely different places in our lives. It just seems like she's an easy target. Her and Joey have a really strong connection.
Then the final one is definitely Maria.
This is just too much. I'm done.
But it's so hard to analyze this because they could put any voiceover from any part of the season on top of this and fake us out. Like, Maria's voiceover could easily be from this moment earlier, and Lexi's could be from this potential self-elimination. Plus, we don't even know if this actually leads to a breakup. However, I do have a clue for this, and in order to get it, we have to go to an Instagram promo dropped by The Bachelor about 11 weeks ago. Check it out.
I am ready to find my wife, but
I'm scared that someone that I really start to express how I feel to doesn't feel the same way.
Now, for a very brief moment, we see Kelsey A here at the same door where Joey finds the note. And it would make sense that they try to bury Kelsey as a possibility in this moment by dubbing over the voices of 3 other ladies. But again, it doesn't mean that Kelsey's for sure the one who leaves the note, or that this is going to end up with them breaking up. However, I do think it's a pretty strong lead with this one, and this also seems to be confirmation that Kelsey will be making it to the final 3. But let's see more of this ending.
I know where my heart lies. I just have to hope that she feels the same way.
Alright, so a lot of the same footage we've seen before, with the interesting addition of Joey saying, I hope that she feels the same way. Could he be picking Kelsey even after whatever happens here, and he hopes that she feels the same way and doesn't reject him? Thus why he's been so vocal about fearing rejection all preview? We'll see, but let's finish this preview off and then talk more about the ending.
I didn't expect that at all. I can't think that's happened before.
And there the preview ends, on Joey saying, I can't think that's happened before. So here's what we do know. Whatever hasn't happened before involves both women showing up. We can see one white suburban showing up to the rose ceremony here, and then another different white suburban as seen in the Night 1 season preview. Now I for one am firmly in the camp of I'll believe this when I see it, because I've been spurned so much by this franchise when it comes to declarations of never has this moment been seen before. Like, for example, I think back to Peter season when they teased us with this right off the bat.
There's something I just found out. All of us just found out.
Oh my God.
To be honest, I'm not positive she's coming.
But when the finale actually aired, his final pick showed up 5 seconds later, and this was nothing. Now, as for Joey's finale, we do seem to have our final 3 locked up, as Rachel, Daisy, and Kelsey have all been seen in Mexico. Then we have this shot, which seems to be from the final 3 rose ceremony, where Joey is getting emotional. This footage is from the first look preview, and it appears to be with Rachel. So she'll be going home at the final 3, leaving Kelsey and Daisy, with Kelsey perhaps needing to talk to Joey, and maybe this leads to her leaving right at the final rose ceremony. Could that be this never-before-seen moment? Let me know your thoughts and speculations down below. And maybe that does happen, but he was already going to pick Daisy anyway. Really, the details are unknowable. I for one still lean towards Daisy being the final pick, but honestly, it's a coin flip. On one side, Daisy gets a ring, on the other, they make her the next Bachelorette. So that's it for this extended mid-season preview breakdown for Joey's season. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, make sure to give it a like, comment all your theories on what might go down in the comment section below, and subscribe to the channel for tons more content coming your way. And, until next time, Bachelor Fantake, out.
I didn't expect that at all. I can't think that's happened before.